Hi friends, hope you are doing fine. We know that vocabulary is the backbone of every language. Putting the words in the right collocation, therefore, is quite essential. I happen to read the seminal book written by Amartya Sen. You know the name of the book, The Argumentative Indian, of course. In part 1 of the book, there is a title, Voice and Heterodoxy. You can read in this section another subsection with the title, Inequality, Instability and Voice. Again, there is a small subtopic, that is the unity of India. Let me read the book. No, not read the entire book. I'm going to read the 2 paragraphs for you. I turn now to a different issue, that is the unity of India. We can distinguish between two distinct features of the inter-community discussions arranged by Akbar in Agra in the late 16th century. The first was the acceptance of plurality, embracing the regular presence of a multitude of beliefs and convictions. The second was the dialogic commitment in the form of Akbar's visionary insistence on the need to have conversations and interchanges among holders of different beliefs and convictions. They are interlinked features of a rich and integrated understanding of a diverse society. That is the first paragraph. And let me read the second paragraph too. Consider first the far-reaching relevance of the former, the more elementary feature of Akbar's vision, the acknowledgement and recognition of the internal diversity of India. The extent of that diversity has baffled many. Indeed, many centuries later, when Winston Churchill made the momentous announcement that India was no more a country than was the equator, it was evident that his intellectual imagination was severely strained by the difficulty of seeing how so much diversity could fit into the conception of one country. The British belief, very common in imperial days and not entirely absent now, that it was the Raj that somehow created India, reflects not only a pride in alleged authorship, but also some bafflement about the possibility of accommodating so much heterogeneity within the coherent limits of what could be taken to be a pre-existing country. I have a very earnest purpose in reading these paragraphs, 2 paragraphs. In these 2 paragraphs, we come across several words which are quite figurative. Some of them, I think, should be explained. That's my purpose here. So, and let us discuss the words now. And if you feel like learning these vocabulary items in depth, please pause this video and bring a pen and paper so as to jot down the words. Here they are. Of course, they are. These words are of my own choice. The first word here is intercommunity. We have studied the word community. The word is pronounced community. COMMUNITY. Okay, so what does the word mean? before talking about inter-community, we will discuss community, the word community, in an elaborate manner. Okay, what does this word mean? When I looked up a dictionary, it read this: a group sharing a common understanding and the same language, manners, tradition, and law. Let me read the definition again, or meaning again. A group sharing a common understanding and the same language, manners, tradition, and law. This is the general meaning of the word community. And in fact, I can come across 8 different descriptions of the same word. And we have seen the above explanation. The second description goes like this: a commune or residential or religious collective. And I think this meaning is quite significant here. And another meaning of the word that is pertinent in today's world is, of course, related to the internet. We read it this: a group of people interacting by electronic means. A group of people interacting by electronic means for social, professional, educational, or other purposes. So our ELT circle, of course, the ELT circle that we are in is a virtual community, actually. So let us have some explanations or examples where the word community is used in sentences. Okay. The first example: they grew up in a low-income community. Second one: I love diverse community of different cultures. The third: the local community is very close. And fourth: my parents live in a gated community. In the first example, low income is an adjective. You can use adjectives like large, small, close, close-knit, tight-knit, poor, diverse, ethnic, local, etc. with community. Okay. For example, we live a large community, can be replaced by small community or close community, etc. Okay. Then there are other adjectives like private community, residential community, retirement community. For example, in a sentence we can say, he lives in a retirement community. And quite interestingly, we can go for sentences with community as an adjective too. See, community becomes an adjective. We encourage our children to do community service, or we encourage our children to do community work. Okay. Likewise, we can say the words, of course, at the community college, or at the we can say she works at the community college. She works at the community college. And college can be replaced by a hospital, library, etc. Our children play at the community park is another example. Okay, and there are some other examples like community in collocation with some other words. The teachers need more community involvement, or the teachers need more community participation. Okay, so when we use prepositions with community, it may be read like this: we have many cultures in our community. In our community, it can be within our community too. Okay, then what is inter-community? Inter-community is the word that we have read out from the text. So it means, of course, of, pertaining to, or between communities. their intercommunity is used as an adjective. Okay, it can also be used as a noun with the meaning common ownership, use, or participation, etc. So we can see the examples. The intercommunity of ethnic art taste value is a common existence. And another example is the public performances are in the form of publicity, actuality, and intercommunity. Okay, so the mutuality is the essence of public's existence. Mutuality is very important because intercommunity is related to mutuality. Okay, so now I'm sure in writing as well as in speeches, we can use the words community and intercommunity properly in the right collocation. Okay, to use a word context sensitively is very important, and in making the proper communication, it is helpful in making the proper communication possible. Okay, so I also noticed several other words, but for want of time, I cannot pursue with the discussion of these words. For example, the words plurality, multitude. Plurality, you know the meaning of the word plurality, and multitude is a great amount of people or a great number of people, etc. Okay, and heterogeneity is the opposite of homogeneity. Baffled is another word which I wanted to discuss, but for want of time. And baffled, you must notice that when we talk about baffled, there is another word, baffled. Baffled has a different meaning. It is used as a noun. Baffled means a device used to dampen such things as sound, etc. And what is the meaning of the word baffled? Baffled means confused or puzzled. Okay, so could you go through the meaning of these words and find out the correct collocation so that you will get more, you can fill the repertoire of your vocabulary with these words, and let it be your task this time. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you very much, and we will meet again. Thank you.